you know what you need to know? Mask off, boots up, here we go. Turn it up and let it roll. NSFW, NSFW. Nerd talk, slam talk, let it go. NSFW, NSFW. Old school thrills and brand new shows. NSFW. We came to play, we came to glow. Secret picks and the plot twist hits. Dream matches and the title shifts. Laugh too hard, then we break it down. From the couch to the ringside sound. From the past to the front row. What you know, what you need to know. Mask on, boots up, here we go. Turn it up and let it roll. NSFW. NSFW.
Yeah. Summer is over. Well, summer break. And we are back with the internet's most family-friendly NSFW podcast. Nerd stuff and frickin' wrestling. It is me, Big Bulk Lesnar. Reminding everybody, you are cursed with my presence. Some of you think that's a gift. Some of you really know what's right. But we are back after, months. Bulk had to get his head on straight. He was, Bulk was busy. His kids kept him busy. He went down to California for that 4th of July. He just been gone. But, all right, just doing a quick sound check, making sure everything works. But we are glad to be back. We are glad to hear you guys here with me again to talk about some nerd stuff and freaking wrestling. And there has been a lot of things I've been missing, and if I don't cover something, I know one of my favorite people will cover it before I even get to it. Big Papa J. If you go to Big Lip Radio, which NSFW is an offshoot of, you go over to their site and, you will find a lot of videos. Papa J, I like to call it Papa J's soapbox. Papa J sitting in his room, and telling you what he thinks about everything. And I'm going to take a little inspiration from Papa J, because that, to be upfront with my audience, with my viewers, everybody, with myself, is that yes, my videos haven't been here because I hit a moment of discouragement. Is a lot of the topics I would want to talk about, I would see Papa J talk about on the soapbox. And I would feel discouraged. It's like, well, I don't want to double down on a topic. Papa J just talked about it. But, as the summer went, I sat and I thought about it. And I'm just like, I'm not Papa J. I don't have the same opinions as Papa J. So what I can do is I can very much so watch Papa J's videos on the same topics I want to talk about, which I do. Got to boost up Big Lip Radio numbers too. And I can have a conversation with it. He's not here. I'm here in the bulkhead by myself with my United States Championship belt right there. Baron Corbin is the current holder of that title right now. He defeated Trick Williams, but there's still stuff that Papa J stays away from. Nobody's touching WWE news. WWE isn't also all that great right now. I'll give you my wrestling take right there. WWE is not all that great. But we got to do some housekeeping around here, and I got to remind everybody to head on over to BigLipRadio.com. BigLipRadio.com. You see these two ugly mugs? That's Papa J. He's got his little soapbox videos, and Z-Money. Z-Money is a busy man. Z-Money is doing all kinds of crazy stuff on the Big Lip Radio website. And some of that crazy stuff happens to involve NSFW. Look at that. There's an NSFW magnet. I can hold up your grocery list. There's an NSFW water bottle. I am going to get my hands on that as soon as I can. It is a stainless steel tumbler. Let me go ahead and open these up. Boom. Double wall stainless steel, vacuum insulation, plastic lid, wide mouth, foldable straw. 32 ounces. That's a lot. That's a good amount of water. You should be having 32 ounces every 4 hours, at least. A rotating handle, anti-slip patch. And just look at that NSFW water bottle. I want it. Give me that water bottle. It might replace my daily water bottle down at the nest. I just want to be carrying my own branded stuff like a fucking horrible person. Like some would say a sellout. But you get yourself an NSFW hat, water bottle's not your thing. They got it in white and black. Oh yeah. Okay. Nice snapback caps. Oh no. Ooh, actually not snapback. I didn't even know. They are actually attention back. Can't remember what the actual name is that. But I actually prefer these hats. Snapbacks tend to get my hair caught in them. But you can select your color, white, black. Get that. NSFW t-shirt. You can get it in white or maroon. I'm going to go ahead and switch that over to a male because we're a primarily male audience. But it goes all the way to 4XL. And it felt like it went lower. It goes up to 5XL. So my big, meaty men, if we want to, you can get yourself an NSFW t-shirt. Oh, man. But I know Bulk's waiting for an empty paycheck. Bulk's going to buy a few t-shirts. Bulk's for sure going to buy a few t-shirts. He's going to get himself a maroon 5XL, wear his own product. For sure, Bulk's going to wear his own product. Hey, there's a couple gentlemen I want to buy t-shirts for. Because they have graced me with their presence on the show. And some of my favorite people, something like and some of my not so favorite people, I think they deserve a little souvenir from their time here. Some that would include that piece of crap, Canadian piece of trash, Rudy Rogers, the Man in Black, Alex Salyers, Sexy Roy, Ozzy G. But those are very specific names, very, very telling names. What could someone like that be? Oh yeah, Arizona Wrestling Federation, our friends down at AWF. And let me tell you, if you're looking for something family, that you can do with your kids, but mind you, there's a bunch of say their mouths there. Is you can go down to Arizona Wrestling Federation. Twice a month, they hold live events. One at the Arizona Wrestling Federation training facility, and one usually at Bull Shooters in Peoria, near where Metro Center Mall used to be. Next event on the 29th of this month is Overdrive. And it was just announced. Right before I was on, I got here on the show before, but I'm logged in. I'm doing a little bit of an Instagram check. And just announced, not even like a title card thing made. Triple threat for the tag team titles. We got Lights Camera Faction. We got Aerospace. And we got Juicy and Chubby. I like to call it Big Juicy. But we got 8 tables, ladders, and chairs match for the tag team title. And everybody who knows Bulk, you knows me personally, I very much so agree with Big E Langston. I ain't here for your 5-star classics. I'm here for big, meaty men smacking meat. And you too can be here. Get, fuck it. Front row, $35 early access. General admin, $30 early access. $20, $65 if you do not care to be in the front row. And it looks like these deals just ended. Front row early access bundle and early access second row and back general admin right there. 109 and 115. That was probably 4-pack tickets, but right here, a general admission 4-pack. Early access right there. Bam. $90. That is mama, papa, son, daughter Get you guys out there. $90. Well, you know what else you spend $90 on? Going to the movies. Sitting there. And you get to yell at the TV screen without people judging you. But, oh my gosh. Let me go ahead and show you guys back my beautiful face. Yeah, it is a bit dark in here because I thought I had more light, and I don't. Let me go ahead and try to backlight myself a little bit over here. Oh, gosh. I dropped stuff. There we go. Shadows. But, yes, AWF, Operation Overdrive, Overdrive 13 on the 29th. But, you know, Bulk, talking about, I'm going to sell out. I'm going to sell out. I'm going to wear my own merch. You know, you guys get some if you want some too. But who else sold out? Is selling for 55 billion. BN, the second largest video game acquisition. Electronic Arts, EA, has sold to Saudi Arabian-led investment firm. Now, it's not exactly pure Saudi. There's multiple groups inside this investment firm. Basically, what it is all these groups pour money into a pot, and they decide, hey, we want that. And they decided, you know, and this group just happens to be led by a Saudi investment company. I believe, what is it called again? It is Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Funds. Very easy name, PIF. But there's other groups like Infinity Partners, which, you know, BBC had to remind us that Infinity Partners is led by Jared Kushner. I won't get too far into that. If you recognize the name Jared Kushner, congratulations. You pay attention to more than just your what's going on in your daily life. But Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund has bought Electronic Arts, and people are terrified because games like The Sims are very, very, very much so safe spaces for the LGBTQ plus community. And they have already raised protest to the acquisition of Electronic Arts by a Saudi-led company because they are afraid their safe space is going to be taken away. And very much, The Sims has been very much so that place, has been that game for that community. From what I've seen so far, it could be... what's the word I'm looking for? Lip service. Lip service. We also have a lip service. Big Lip Radio has got a lip service, $5 a month. You can subscribe down at Discord too. All right, biglipradio.com. But it could just be lip service from the investors in EA saying that, no, that's all going to stay. You know, the representation that has been in these video games is going to stay there. You don't have to worry. Do not cry, little birdie. We got you, and we will not be taking these things away from you. Because EA is holders of some very, very big games. EA holds the rights to Mass Effect, one of my all-time favorite series. Really hoping they don't fuck up Mass Effect 4. Andromeda was a horrible mess, but really hoping they either don't fuck up or they fix whatever was about to be done to it. Because another game they have the rights to is Dragon Age. Dragon Age 1, 2, Inquisition, some of my all-time favorite games. I love those games. Dawnguard, or whatever the most recent one is, Dragon Age 4, was a pander fest. I bought the game, never played it, missed the window to return it, but I didn't feel the urge to play it because even non-biased reviewers I've watched even said that the game panders too much and takes you out of the story. That there is a difference, you know, of representation for community and then just shoving it in our face. Now, I am all Bulk personally. This is Bulk's personal. I am all fine with people living their lives however they want to, doing and being who they deem they are. But that does not need to be forced down my throat. As unpopular of opinion that may be, it does not need to be forced down my throat. It takes away from a story if the story is not, this person is going through these trials, these tribulations, and overcoming them, and oh, they just so happen to be gay. But I'm going through these trials, tribulations, and I need to remind you every 10 seconds that I'm gay. That who was it? Let me see if I can find. I'm gonna see if I can find the soundbite for it. Maybe if I just play the soundbite, I won't get taken down. Let's hope. Let me see. Oh, okay. Here it is. I think
all comes down to this one.
I think Knuckles. So this is from Sonic Boom, which is a Sonic the Hedgehog TV show, and is Amy the Hedgehog talking about something, and Knuckles the Echidna replying to her.
Penalty kick. Can the young woman break the glass ceiling and prove once and for all that a female can be just as good an athlete as a male?
You know, Amy, anytime someone calls attention to the breaking of gender rules, it ultimately undermines the concept of gender equality by implying that this is an exception and not the status quo.
And that is the perfect representation of something that if it's great that this is a kids TV show. One, Sonic Boom is a great show. I watched it with my kids, my nieces, and my nephew. Great TV show for children. But calling attention to the fact that something is something, it is exactly as Knuckles says. You're saying that this is the exception, that only because this person is X are they able to show that in this one situation are they able to exceed. Not that, overall that anybody can exceed in that position. And which is really how we should see everything. That some people can succeed in some areas, some people cannot succeed. Like, look at me, big bulk Lesnar. I ain't winning no 100-meter dash, and I know it. I mean, maybe against a few other big bulk Lesnar people, I might win a 100-meter dash, but I don't think I'll make it 100 meters. Now, if it was 100 burgers, I'll get to that. I'll get to 100 burgers, but I digress. They're upset. And then there's other games that EA owns. EA is one of the most prolific sports games manufacturers. Madden, currently EA FC, EA Football Club, because they lost the rights to FIFA, because FIFA was like, hey, yo, make a better game and pay us more money, and EA was like, no, you don't know EA. We make the same game and we only make 2 changes. And those 2 changes are from games that we made 6 years ago. We don't make new game. I remember back in the day, back Madden 2000, Madden 2005. You used to turn that shit on EA Sports. It's in the game. And we don't get that. We're not getting that anymore. EA's been in trouble. They don't put out quality games, and they've been struggling. They've had mass layoffs recently. The last game that they've released that had moderate success was the most recent Battlefield, which is gonna, if it's a Saudi-led company, how are they gonna handle a game like Battlefield? Because Battlefield usually tends to follow whatever it basically is the current trend of war. If we're fighting, in the Middle East, well, Battlefield's games, it doesn't exactly fight in the same combat zones. They make it come up with a fictional country in the Middle East, but you could tell it is the Middle East. Call of Duty used to do the same. Call of Duty has very much so stayed away from that. But there is a lot of changes that will be coming to EA. Hopefully certain things stay the same. If not, my suggestion out there is for those of you guys who are into the games like Sims, is get your stuff, get your DLC now, and save yourself an offline copy. Sadly, that's all I could say. But yeah, $55 billion for EA. Now, let me go ahead. I'm gonna pop this up. Bulk. Last time I was on here, I was talking about movies and stuff, and I saw a movie a little early because I was sailing the seven seas, and I thought I would wait for it to come out to talk about it because the mishandling of this product should be studied. And this is a Paramount product. And Paramount's not the only one guilty of mishandling products. Warner Brothers, HBO, also very much so guilty of mishandling products. I'm still trying to find Wiley versus Acme. Because it was supposed to come out. I've seen posters for it in the movie theaters, and I want to watch that because it's Wile E. Coyote finally suing the Acme Corporation. It had that Looney Tunes Back in Action feel, and Looney Tunes Back in Action, phenomenal movie. Phenomenal. Best movie. Gotta talk with my hands because it's phenomenal. But The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. This movie has just recently come out a couple weeks ago, and it follows the Avatar Aang, about 10 plus years. They're adults now. Avatar The Last Airbender started off when Aang was 12 years old. Well, technically 112, but he was frozen in ice for 100 years. But it follows that group as they're adults now. I believe they're in their late 20s. I think 25 to 32. That's your window. Late 20s or early 30s. They're adults. I believe at this time, Katara, point to name, Katara and Aang are not married. In The Legend of Korra, which is the sequel series to the Last Airbender, they are a couple. They have kids. The Toph, Sokka, Zuko. Zuko's the Fire Lord. Toph basically gets bored and creates a metal bending police force. She becomes a cop, which is weird. She hates rules, but she becomes a cop. And Sokka, he's a badass. Has superpowers, has a stick, has a boomerang. Well, Aang is on a mission to retrieve and preserve relics of the Air Nomads because he is the last remaining Air Nomad. Due to a choice of his childhood, he ran away from his responsibilities because they were too much for a 12-year-old to understand. And his culture, his race, was wiped out by the Fire Nation. And it was basically just a quick, Avatar thing. And so Aang is the last Airbender. There's no other Airbenders that were born or anything. Well, they end up finding in ice. Big man right here. Let me see. His name is Taga, played by Dave Bautista. But Stephen Ewan plays Zuko. Zuko was famously played by Dante Bosco. But they're just like, oh, your voice sounds too childish, Dante. We're gonna get somebody who sounds a bit more mature. But they find Taga, and Taga convinces Aang. Was like, oh, hey, we gotta go over here to get this mystical staff from an airbender avatar that took herself out of the cycle, which is why you've never known of her, and she can grant airbending to other people. So Aang's like, well, I gotta go because that means I can choose people who I want to be airbenders. I can bring back my culture. And as we find out, Togga's a bad guy. Spoiler. That's about as I get into it, and we have our big battle. It overall for me personally, this was a 4 out of 5 movie. It was so well done. And the cast and crew who worked on it got shafted by Paramount. This movie was promised to be a theatrical release. Parts of it were cut that the team didn't want cut. Paramount said we got to cut it because we want it to be a certain length. And certain things were cut. Things we'll never see. And it was released on streaming. But somebody released it early. They stole it and they released it early because the movie was done and Paramount was just sitting on it. They're just like, we don't know when we're going to release it. We'll release it when we want to. And because the person leaking it, the movie got released a bit earlier. Let's see. IMDb gives it a 7.8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, an 89%. Metacritic gave it a 68. But Metacritic... I can't really trust them sometimes. It's super quick summary. Avatar Aang, the world's last airbender, embarks on an epic quest to find an ancient power that could save his culture from extinction. Quite literally what I said. But culture. Saving culture. Now, to end this episode, there is one thing Bulk loves. Bulk has a video game franchise he discovered solely because of his cousin. And I will give 100% props to my cousin every single time. Because my cousin didn't know what he had. Now, growing up, I say cousin, if you were to find me and him in the same room, you'd get kind of like, what? Because he is my god brother's son. He actually calls me uncle. I'm Hispanic, so I have a godmother and a godfather, god brothers and god sisters, and I am treated as my god brother and god sister's actual brother. So some of their kids actually, they don't call me cousin, they call me uncle. And then this particular cousin is one of those. He calls me uncle, even though we're technically of the same generation. No, he's a generation after. But yeah, we're closer in age, me and him, than me and his dad. Let me just say that. His dad's closer in age to my mother. But he lived in Okinawa. My godbrother was a career Marine, lived in Okinawa for quite a while. And my cousin wanted a game I had for the Game Boy Advance. And obviously, I didn't grow up with a lot. So I was like, I won't give you a game unless I get a game back. I'm not just giving up a game. I'm not going to be one down, man. And he's like, okay, here, take this. And he handed me Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones, which it's a Fire Emblem about a third of the way in. You split campaigns. You either go with a guy or a girl. The story's slightly different in how they end. And I fell in love. I fell in love with the franchise that was Fire Emblem solely off of the Sacred Stones for the Game Boy Advance. I found the original Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance. Played the shit out of that. Lindis, love her. Hector, a beast. And searching around, checking the 7 Seas, I found the sequel to that self-titled Fire Emblem game. It is like the Sword of Flames or Sword of Seals or something like that. And that followed Roy in his campaign. Roy, some may recognize him from Super Smash Bros. Melee. Super Smash Bros. Marth and Roy were introduced in Smash Brothers from games that technically were not in America. People didn't. They were just like, who are these guys? I just recognized they're like, oh, Fire Emblem, and I'm like, I love these guys now. My brother was Marth, I was Roy because I'm player 2. I got the fire sword. Time goes on. I get a GameCube. I get Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Eventually get a Wii, get Radiant Dawn. 2 of my all-time favorite games. They follow my favorite Fire Emblem character, Ike. He fights for his friends. He uses a gigantic sword. Heavy user. Heavy blade user. And I fell in love with those games more than any other games I fell in love with in my life. Got every single game for the Game Boy Advance. Got Shadow Dragons, which is the game, it was a remake of the NES game that introduced Marth. Got Shadow of Valentia, which was the second NES game. That was Almond Celica. And it played differently than any other Fire Emblem game. It was a dungeon crawler, a roguelite. And it was amazing. Then Nintendo Switch came around. And we got Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Now, I played the fuck out of 3 Houses. I went with the Golden Deer my first time because the Golden Deer was like a more neutral route. His character wasn't on one side of the war or on the other side of the war. He was just like, I'm just trying to survive this war. And my second playthrough, I went with Edelgard. Edelgard on very much so on one side of the war. But after I finished her campaign, I found out if you make certain different decisions, she has a different outcome. And I was like, what the fuck? So there's technically 4 endings to this game. I can't remember the Blue Lions leader, but that was the 3rd house. Dimitri, I think his name was Dimitri. Played the game. Fire Emblem Engage. I started playing it. Life got in the way. I haven't finished it. I need to pick it back up and finish it. But now, sorry, let me get a little sip of water. But now, Switch 2. I need a Switch 2 now. I was holding off. Now I need one. I should have bought one when they were $500. Now they're $700 or something like that. They're expensive. Gotta put one on layaway. Maybe put one on a firm. Over 4 months. Let me pay you $125 each, man. I need Switch 2. Not for Ocarina of Time. But for this beauty. This beauty.
We'll never win the battles ahead without them. We need as many as we can recruit.
I shall grant whatever wish you may desire. That I vow to you.
I need it.
Settles it. Time to hit the road. To Dexter.
That is welcome news.
Anna.
Letting you take the victory today.
If victory is decided by conviction alone, then I think it shall not be up to you.
I have burned to duel you, white-maned demon.
I will kill him. With my own 2 hands, I will end his life. Our foe is even more disturbing than I'd heard.
Hear me now, as I declare that the heroic games have begun! I won't let you hurt her!
Failure is not an option for me either. But that's only because I don't have any choice!
Fire Emblem.
It comes out next month. There was no warning. It is a month away. Folk looking at his calendar. Comes out September 17th. I need to get $10 so that way I can go ahead and put a reservation down. I want a physical copy. Give me physical. I need it. I get paid on the 18th. I will move things around. I will buy a Switch 2 and Fire Emblem. I haven't even finished Engage. I need it. I need it. I'm telling you, I need it. In here now. I might pick up Star Fox as well. Oh, man. But I need no announcement. Nintendo Direct was 5 days ago. They announced this motherfucker 5 days ago. Just to mess with me. I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared. I need to try to get some overtime. I wasn't prepared. I need it. But yeah, I do need it. I need it so bad. I love Fire Emblem. I love it because this one looks like it has 4 paths. You can choose. It looks like there's a bard type character, a saber user, a mage. It looks like it might go over what would be your typical big classes, and you get to follow a route of that person. I need it. I love it. The map looks huge. I need it in my veins. Before I keep repeating myself, but now this is my warning, y'all, is I'm back. Bulk's back. Bulk's gonna try and get around to filming even shorter videos. I got a tripod. Bulk needs to go ahead and get himself a little clip-on microphones. I had a set, and it's defective. You know, no fault. My fault for checking. I bought it, never opened it, and then when I finally opened it, saw it. You know, it didn't match the box, so I can't even return it. It was sent to me with a lightning cable receiver, but it's set up for you. It's supposed to be USB-C. And so because the receiver doesn't match what the microphones are supposed to be, obviously it will not connect. I can't use my microphones. Things I wanted to do were missed. I have cool surprises in store. Once I get that thing, you know, towards the end of what's it called? Towards the end of August, for beginning of September, you'll be seeing more wrestling content for sure. I am actually going to very much so try to get into a Tuesday reaction video for Monday Night Raw. I'm going to try to get into a Saturday reaction video for Friday Night SmackDown. I want to give you guys more. I'm going to give you guys more. That is my promise. I have I have a Galaxy 25, which has a very good on-board mic. If my camera's not too far away, it sounds really good. It sounds actually like I do have a microphone if I'm in a quiet room. But those lapel mics, they're very good because they can knock out the background sound of winds and whatnot. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm back. I love you guys. And, you know, just that quick little housekeeping again. Well, you know, let's go back to the big cam. We'll put it on the tiny camera right there. Boom. Overdrive 13. Get your tickets now. August 29th. $35, $30. You know, you get that 4-pack general admin for $90 with early access. You get a 4-pack for just regular access for $65. That is a great deal for family fun. Get your family out there. Go do something fun outside the house at Bull Shooters. They got great food. I very much so hype up their chili cheese tots. They were out of chili when I went for Summer Explosion. Made me very sad. The lady suggested the cheesy bacon tots with ranch, and those were fucking phenomenal too. But I also just think I'm a little slut for tater tots. I love tater tots. Just fucking put them in my mouth. But get that Overdrive and go to biglipradio.com. You'll see Z Money, Papa J, their ugly mugs. And, you know, speaking of mugs, you can get a Big Lip Radio cup if you want some Big Lip Radio slides. But we don't care about that stuff because you want NSFW products. You get yourself an NSFW shirt. They go from small to 5X. Get yourself an NSFW hat or an NSFW water bottle. I'm for sure going to get myself the water bottle, hat, and the t-shirt when I can. I am so stoked that the new product is up. With let me go ahead and bring it back up. Let me just boop. This logo right here. Let's see. This NSFW logo was made by my close personal friend. You can find them over on Instagram at Stardust Loot. Very much so spelled exactly how it sounds. Stardust Loot on Instagram. They make vinyl stickers for cups and stuff, some assorted jewelries, you know, just things you like to carry on your person. Very affordable. My whole family has a set of acrylic cups for that she made. Some with Mexican-inspired Pokemon. They're basically all designed over. They have Mexican-inspired designs all over them. But she very much so, she made my logo, very much so working with me. You know, got individually descript and got that chunky. I'm a fan of the chunky shield Superman logo. I'm not a Superman fan, but I love that chunky shield. But that S, that swoozy, everybody know, you know, every millennial knows it and recognizes it. We all did it for somehow. We all taught ourselves. Got them Harry Potter type glasses in there, and that flipped WWF logo. That NSFW. I just love that I was able to include that. And to my understanding, it should be fair use because it's not set up. I'm not using WW. I'm using that as a 3DW. It's a script. We'll see how long my logo lasts before I have to make a new one. But this is Bulk Lesnar. I'm going to play that new intro as an outro today. Bulk Lesnar's working on possibly having a new intro made. I actually, very much so. Let me see if I can do this. I hope my stream doesn't get taken down. I'll see if it doesn't. But let me go ahead and do this. To lead us out, I am actually going to play a song by a local band that two of my high school buddies are in. And I am obsessed with this song. I am waiting for them to add more of this, you know. I'm waiting for them to add more to this, and you know, get more music in here. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna leave you guys with Escaping Hollows, 6 Feet. This might not be for everybody, but this is what's being played. Y'all have a great night. Peace.
Society's going, try to bring me down. Put it back where you leave me, 6 feet down. Questions of the world are getting to my head. I'm struggling to breathe and soon I'll be dead. Society's going, try to bring me down. Put it back where you leave me, 6 feet down. Questions of the world are getting to my head. Struggling to breathe and soon I'll be dead. Society's going, try to bring me down. Put it back where you leave me, 6 feet down. Questions of the world